Hey everyone, we're so excited for you to have your first AccuSalt unit. Today we're going to be doing the unboxing and installation. So let's get started. We start off with a brief instructions that goes over the installation. And this is a QR code you can scan to go to the website to see the installation videos. Then remove the first layer of foam, and we start with the GPS antenna and zip tie, the hex spacer, the sensor module that will get mounted on the shaft, and the actual AccuSalt control module. Then go ahead and remove the next layer of foam and one more layer, and the cable that runs from the sensor module to the dashboard module is located below. The first step of your AccuSalt installation is attaching the sensor module. This is our simulation unit, which has a standard 1¼ inch shaft. And you'll notice that we've replaced the nut on the opposite side with our threaded hex spacer. We've done this on this side because this shaft has a counterclockwise rotation which drives the sensor module towards the hex spacer. So if you happen to have a clockwise rotating shaft, you'll want to install the hex spacer on this side. Installations can vary. If you have any questions, please reach out to us and we'll let you know best practices. When going to attach the sensor module, if the shaft size happens to be less than 1¼ inch, such as 1⅛" or 1 inch, we have adapters that we can send you upon request. This one is an 1⅛" adapter, and it slides in and then it's secured with a screw. Make sure that the sensor module is pushed up tightly against the shaft, and we'll start by tightening one of the set screws. These set screws are pre-thread locked, and you want to make sure that they're nice and tight. Once the set screws are tight, go ahead and take your zip tie, and you're just going to use it to hold the sensor module up against the shaft adapter. You can go ahead and trim the extra off, and your sensor module is now attached to the shaft. With the sensor module attached, go ahead and remove the protective cap and store that somewhere for safekeeping. And the cable end that has the cover on it, you can remove the cover, line that up with the 3 pins in the sensor module. Go ahead and give it a good push on there. And then you go ahead and turn that collar to make sure that it locks on and that it's good and tight. From here, you'll run the cable up into the cab, and we'll show you what that installation looks like. Now that you've routed the cable into the cab, let's find a good spot to mount the control module. You'll notice that there's a mount included that you can mount to the dash, you could mount it to the floor of the truck, wherever it's most convenient to be able to access the unit. For our purposes, we're going to go ahead and mount it to the simulation module. After mounting the dashboard module, you'll notice there's 3 ports, one with the cellular antenna that's already connected, one for the GPS antenna, and one for the combined power and sensor cable. We're first going to take the GPS antenna and mount the magnetic end to the roof of the cab. We'll then route the cable conveniently into the cab, in which we'll remove this red cap and we'll connect the GPS antenna securely to its appropriate port. We then can take the combined power and sensor cable, which one side has your 12-volt accessory power, which should be connected via the white wire. Your ground should be connected via the green wire, and the black wire is unused currently. With your AccuSalt system now installed, go ahead and power the unit on. We recommend loading your site list before you do the system setup, which we've done and put it on the SD card. Make sure you insert it. Go to System Menu, System Setup. Confirm that you want to continue with setup. Set your time zone. Confirm the time zone. Set your truck number. It's going to read in the default sites and load the sites for that particular truck. These next few screens are going to be the process for doing the calibration. This procedure determines pounds of material for one rotation of the shaft. Place containers with a capacity of a minimum of 5 rotations at the dispenser output. Disable the spinners. The next page is going to have us rotate the shaft for a minimum of 5 rotations. We recommend using a container with a capacity of at least 30 gallons and rotating the shaft until the container is almost full. You can see this will start counting the number of rotations. You can stop it when the container is almost full. Find the net weight of the material, and then rotate the knob to enter that net weight. We'll say that the container had 66.2 pounds. Confirm, and your system is now calibrated and ready for use.